All right, I'm going to break down myself rolling with the GOAT, Marcelo Garcia, my all-time favorite grappler. So this was 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I was a brown belt. I was about to get my black belt a couple months later. And this was a private lesson that I was going. This is when Marcelo was in Florida, in Pembroke Pines. I would drive down 4 hours to go do a private once a month for almost a year. I think I did once every month or two for about a year. So maybe 5 or 6 privates, hour and a half each. And we would just roll a lot of them. So this isn't Marcelo trying to crush me. This is, I think, Marcelo just trying to teach me, try to see what I do. And he's just kind of, it seems like he's just toying with me. But I was, 11 years ago? I was 26 years old, fighting in the UFC. And, I love this. I still love it. So anyway, he took me down with an ankle pick, the slowest ankle pick ever, but it still worked. And I'm going to basically do a fadeaway shot to Michael Jordan. It's like me trying to do his move. I'm trying to do the single X to Marcelo Garcia. It's awesome. And I'm basically trying to do the stuff he was teaching me in the private. So a lot of it was single X. And I go for the sweep. He doesn't contest it too much, so I get it. And he's trying to hook on to me. I'm doing my double underpass. And what he's been doing is the same thing he still does, but this was before it was cool. It's kind of like a Heisman where you push the elbow, but he's actually throwing his armpit into my armpit and like overhooking my armpit. So now I feel like I could take his back, but my arm is trapped. And now it's almost like he's Kimuring me, and I feel like I almost have to roll or rip out. So I had to roll or he was going to Kimura me, and then I try to go to his back or I try to get a pass out of it. He still has my arm. And yeah, sorry about the quality of this. I was using a flip phone. I didn't have an iPhone back then. It was 2009. So I jumped the shoulder. This is what we do, is we like to jump the shoulder and go for the arm bar or the shoulder lock. And he's trying to like avoid that. He's doing the right thing. He's trying to push back in. But eventually he pulls out, which is what I wanted him to do actually, so I can go for the next move, which is a triangle or an omoplata. But I'm probably not going to omoplata Marcelo Garcia. His arms are like a lot shorter, so he can just pull right out, and he's the master. So he skillfully shoots in his underhooks, drops me down, and then the camera cuts for some reason. So front headlock try to do a back take. I see him trying to slide his butt through to get back to guard, so I decide to jump over. I think. Nope, I lied. No, I tried to do the crucifix to him, which is what he showed me in the private a couple days before, or a couple months before that. So we're in the Marcelo Garcia crucifix that he just escaped already. So I go for the back. In our privates, my focus for him, to learn from him, was his guillotine. This is 11 years ago. His guillotine, his north-south, his sweeps, and his back stuff. So this is what I was working. A lot of single X sweeps. So I'm just trying to take his back. He's not letting me get hooks. I don't want to bore you guys too much with. Try to get the top hook in. And this little position here, that little underhook, if you can't get a hook, he also showed me that. So I'm working that. Everything he showed me, I was instantly able to use. And it's not because I'm special, it's just these techniques are awesome. And we all realized that when he came out with the MG in action, and we all started doing his techniques. Now they're just common ground, and like everybody just does them. But back then, this was all like, whoa, this is cool stuff. Did I take him down, or did he pull guard? He pulled guard. So I try to just pass around. Trying to double under again, and look what he does again. He overhooks my armpit. So it's not a Heisman. He's not pushing my elbow or pushing my armpit. He's actually just bringing his body between my arm and my body and overhooking it and sitting up, which makes my shoulder hurt like a Kimura. and he shrimps, and it's like if I don't roll, my shoulder's gonna pop. So when I roll, he takes the side. Actually, he still kept going for the straight arm lock here. I go the front headlock to the back, front headlock to the back, front headlock to the back. He rolls, almost puts me in omoplata, and I rip out, just using strength, and I want to get outness. All right, let's move on. So I think I shoot for a single. I had to worry about that guillotine, of course, and I tap. Once that elbow comes up, it's over. Did you guys see that? If that elbow comes over that shoulder, I don't care if he's standing, I don't care if he's sitting, I don't care if I'm past his guard. It doesn't matter. It's over. This is why this is a superior guillotine to any other one. Okay, so if you can get that elbow up. If you can't get the elbow up, I'm taking you down there and passing, or I'm going to get out of it. But he's the one that, I mean, there was other guys before him doing it, but he's the one that started catching top guys in the world with it, with those details that I learned. And now I've been teaching it ever since. It's a great move. And I do this a lot too now. Body lock, forehead in the chest, sit up, fold them, take your sweep. 2 points. And this, what he just did, is a lot easier if you have longer arms. So he was able to get it with shorter arms. It's awesome. Another guillotine. That's what Marcelo likes to do. He likes to get into half guard, start looking for a pass, and then just wrap the neck and wait for someone to come up. He did the same thing to Crone Gracie in their Abu Dhabi finals match. Boom, elbow up, match over. And his, in particular, he has such big wrists. You know, shorter arms, big wrists, and just strong, you know, tight squeeze. You just feel like there's no escape. Like you can try whatever you want. Which is why I think he would still beat top guys today. You know, even that no, he hasn't competed in a while. I mean, I think he takes out the top guys today with that guillotine. Or if we could take Marcelo here and bring him to today, as long as he could stay out of everybody's leg locks, which I think he would, I say he still beats everybody. The north-south, the guillotine, the back stuff. I mean, he'd be perfect for EBI because he attacks a lot. And, you know, of course he would start on the back every time and he'd be tapping shortly after. But I think now EBI is all smacks, so I don't think he would do that. What are we doing here? He's just toying with me. He's coming to my back. I know if he gets my back with the hooks in, it's over, so I'm going to do extra work to try to get my back flat, turn, and try to get into his guard. And wasn't able to get into his guard, but got out of the back before his hooks came in. I got the underhook, so of course I'm looking to come up. He just leaves this hand right here, and this is what I do today because I learned it from him. He just leaves this here. He lets you have the underhook. He's not trying to stop that underhook. He could try to repummel if he wants. He wants me to come up because then there's the neck. So that's why I'm not coming up. I'm like, screw this. I'll stay right here. If I see a leg, I'll grab it, but I'm not just coming up to get guillotined again. Knee on belly. That time I switched together the trying to shrimp escape to coming up, and he wasn't able to get my head that time. I do a peek out. Didn't work. He goes right back into half guard. Oh, what do you know? He likes to hang out here on the side, waits for you to come up, and that guillotine's there. Ah, beautiful. He doesn't have the elbow up yet, so I'm still safe. Nope, he put the elbow up halfway through. What's that, 3 guillotine taps? Now I'm pissed. Come here, Marcelo. Guillotine me again. And there we go. I'm not pissed. I was just trying to come at him harder. What I really wanted, as every private lesson I do with someone who's that good, is I just want them to come at me hard. I've done private lessons with some of the top guys in the world, and some days they don't want to roll hard, but I'll usually say, hey, roll with me like we were competing. with the exception of ripping my leg off or something like that. And I think I said it at this point, like come at me now, like, because I knew he was kind of toying with me before. Because if I do get something, I want to know that it's legit, you know. Anyway, so boom, he's trying to go for single X. I run out. I try my ankle pin pass. Kind of works for a second until he shrimps. I come around again. This is some cool transitions here. I'm just trying to pass. Oh, what does he do? Again, he puts his armpit on my armpit, sits up, but I think maybe if I could jump over him, I could stop it, but I think his head's up too high. So I think I end up rolling over when he does this. Yeah. We're still scrambling. I think I'm going to cut this out and put it on Instagram. It was a cool scramble. It's still not over yet. Nobody has position yet. And half guard. That's it. And now he's coming. He's got his underhook. When he gets that underhook, like I said, his squeeze is amazing. So once he gets any kind of underhooks and locks his hands together for a squeeze, it's legit. He's going to put pressure. He's going to make you stay still so he can work what he's doing, like getting his leg free. And I'm just squeezing his leg. He's got big old calves like bowling pins. So sometimes it's easier to hang on to, but he just ripped it out. Again, he doesn't mind when someone has the underhook. Most people don't want people to have the underhook, but he doesn't care because when you come up, look, boom, punches his arm in for the choke. And now I know he's doing the choke, so I'm going to wrist control. I know I can't let him connect his hands. He saw that. Actually, I think he was just picking up his pants. I try to get back to guard, and he stands up. He likes to stand up a lot for passing. I think I was in training for a fight because I was in pretty good shape. Like we weren't really. We've been going 10 minutes now. And we're picking up the pace a little more. He's teaching me here, telling me, he's like, don't stay there, come at me, come at me. I'm like, okay. And he either likes to stand up and pass or he likes that low, tight butterfly, you know, coming through, half guard. Now all of his students are here. We're wrestling. Still wrestling. I don't want to go after his legs anymore because he guillotined me about 50 times. So I pull. But that's it. Damn that magic guillotine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's me rolling with the GOAT. And that was in 09. That was when he won Abu Dhabi 03, 05, 07. So, I mean, that was the top of his game. And again, he wasn't trying to kill me. He was being polite. But at the same time, I got to see what it felt like to roll with that. So that was pretty awesome. I got to do that once a month before he moved to New York, New York. Hope you guys liked it. See ya.